So it is currently 8:38 in the morning, and I went to sleep at like 5 a.m. I'm on maybe 2.5, 3 hours of sleep, but last night I went to sleep very late, and I told myself I'm gonna wake up and make this video. Simply because I don't have sleepless nights like I used to. I stayed up till 5 a.m., but like I was just having a good time. But I remember, I don't know why this thought came to my mind last night, but I remembered when I used to go to sleep with the most anxiety and just stress in general, and I did not want to wake up the next day. Not anything bad like suicidal, but I wouldn't want to wake up the next day simply because I knew I was not where I wanted to be. I knew I had not unlocked my full potential yet, and that ate me alive every single day, every single night that I tried to sleep. So it would keep me up. And now I wake up with the most positive thoughts, the best thinking ever, and I'm just all around just fulfilled out of life. I have everything that I always wanted and everything that I always dreamed of, and obviously I have more to do, but it feels good. Being able to wake up knowing that you're actually going after what you said you were going to go after when you were younger every single day, which is what obviously I came on here to talk about, just mastering your thoughts and your thinking patterns, because that's everything. If you can't master your own thoughts and you cannot master thinking patterns and you cannot master your own mind, you're never going to get anything that you want out of life, because the thing that shapes our reality is our mind. Obviously, I'm Christian, like y'all know, or maybe y'all are new. I believe in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is King. But to put it this way, so people like understand it, you are gods. Like you are a god of your own world. I'm not saying you're God at all, but I'm just saying like metaphorically, just so like people understand it. You're the one that actually creates, just like God. He's the one that creates our reality. He creates every single thing around us. You have the power to shape your reality. So if your mind is negative, the world around you will be negative. Like it's not just for positive thinking. People think manifestation is just some good thing. No, you manifest every single thing. You're creating your reality by your thoughts every day. So the first thought that you have when you wake up, if it's negative, that's how your whole day will be. If the last thought before you go to sleep is negative, that's how your whole day will be. And you have to get rid of your negative thinking because it does nothing for us. When I was 17 years old and I was on my way to get obviously the life that I have now, because I was making a decent amount of money, that's when I got really deep into this stuff. And that's when my income changed. My income didn't change the harder I worked. My income changed the more that I mastered my mind. My income started skyrocketing. Right when I wanted to learn about the mind and I became obsessed with our mind, I wanted to know how far that I could take my human potential. I don't know why, I was always so obsessed with just like power and seeing how far that I could take my human self. And that's when life completely got different, because I did master my mind. And I'll tell you exactly how I mastered my mind. First, I became conscious about the fact that we are the ones that create our reality. We are a god of our own world, if that makes sense to you. Because some people don't like know what create your own reality means, but we shape our own reality by every single thought. I used to think that just the positive thoughts that I would try to like manifest, like once a day I would like try to like manifest. I don't like that word manifest, it's pretty cringe, but that's the word that everyone uses and everyone knows. And I would try to do it for like 5 minutes and 10 minutes, and nothing was happening, nothing was coming true. And I was like, why is nothing coming true? Like everyone's telling me to do this online. But then I realized it's your whole day. It is your whole day. So up until you can get to the point to where every single thought that you have in your life is positive, it is. And I'll tell you why you should have positive thinking. First off, you have God right by you. With God, I'm not joking when I say this. It sounds so cliche. When I used to hear this advice, I would not take it to the heart. God would not let you fail. God would not place a dream and place a desire in your heart just for you to not be able to get it. If you can see it, it exists. You already have it. You are already rich. You are not stressed at all. You just become it, and then you are. He would not let it happen any other way. That's what you have to realize, and you have to embody that, and you have to embrace that every single day. Feel it in your soul. Literally, feel it deep inside of your soul. It's just like when I speak. Like, when I speak, my words, it feels like they're coming from my soul. I don't think when I speak, I just speak. I'm not having to think about anything. Now I don't have to think positive. I don't have to try to fake my life and think positive. And when I say fake my life, like I don't have to try to fake positive thinking, because it used to be negative, but now it's not negative. It's all positive. And I don't have to fake it anymore. That's who I am. I don't have negative thoughts, because first I realized I am the one that shapes my own reality by my thoughts. So every single dingle thought that you have is going to shape your reality. And if you hold the thought for longer than 5 seconds, that will manifest. Promise you that. And negative ones, they tend to manifest a lot easier than the positive ones, because the negative ones we believe, but the positive ones we don't believe. If you believe you're a lazy person, if you don't believe you're worthy of getting the life that you desire, you're really going to believe that. So why would you not believe the positive ones? Why as humans do we believe the negative thoughts that we have but not the positives? Every positive thought that you have, you wanting to get rich, you wanting to change your parents' life, you wanting to just show your parents the first millionaire in the family, whatever it is for you specifically. It doesn't matter what it is. Why can you not just think of all the positive ones? Why can you not believe that the positive ones are real, but you believe the negative ones are real? And it's like if someone told you something negative about yourself and something told you something positive about yourself, we won't believe the positive one. We'll brush it over. No one cares. Like if I get complimented, I don't care. It goes over my head. But if someone says something negative to me, it sits within us. Why? I don't know. But you have to get rid of it, because we create our own reality. We have a consciousness where we have the ability to overcome negative thoughts, and we can master our thoughts and thinking patterns, and we can get ultimate bliss in whatever we want out of life. That's how the world works. When I was saying that God put a desire in your heart, do you think that God, an all-loving God, would place it in your heart just for you to fail? No, and there might be failure along the way, but the most negative things that ever happened in my life turned out to be the most positive. That's why I mastered my thoughts and thinking patterns. That's why I live the life that I live now. That's why I have everything I ever wanted. Because I went through hell to get to heaven. Literally, I went through hell. Every negative situation in my life, from since when I was 13 years old, for whatever reason, I don't know who put this inside of my head, every bad, evil, terrible thing that happened to me, I said, this is going to be the best thing that ever happened to me. So I've seen the depths of hell. I've seen how bad life can get. So there's no more negative, because my life has been negative enough. So you know what I decide? No more negative, only positive. I've gone through so much negative. I know how it feels. I've sat in it for months. I've sat in it for years. No more. And that's how you have to embrace the negatives, because the negatives will actually get you to the life that you want to live. And I'll tell you why. No person that ever conquered anything in the whole world had positive thinking. Like he did it for a positive. He did it for a negative because he either wanted to show the world, he wanted to show other people, prove people wrong. That's what it was always for. The negatives are great. You can't have negative thoughts though, but every single person has gone through something negative. So you need to realize that you've already gone through enough negative to have to put yourself through negative thoughts every single day in your life. It doesn't make sense. Why would we do that to ourselves? So you don't even have to think positive. The problem is you should just get rid of negative thinking and realize that it does not exist, because it doesn't. Doubt and fear are some things that we put upon ourselves as humans. God did not place us with doubt and fear. That was something that we got trapped into by this material world that we live on. So realize that it is fake. Like your negative thoughts are fake. Completely fake. It's not real. And once you realize it's not real, and once you realize how much free will that you have, and you have this consciousness to perceive the world in the way that I perceive it, you get everything that you want out of life. And I'll tell you how to actually stop negative thinking. It's to realize that it's not real. It's an illusion. But the life you want to live is not an illusion, because you can see it every single day, and you have a burning desire in your soul. You don't have a burning desire of negative thoughts. It's only in your mind. You have a burning desire to get rich. You have a burning desire to become a millionaire. You have a burning desire to actually live a good life for once, because no one in your family has, maybe. That's in your soul. You can feel it. That's not an illusion. That is real, because you can actually think it, you can view it, you can see it, you can feel it. It's at your fingertips. And only if you knew how close you were from just having that inside of your head. All it takes is 1 month to change your life. I used to hear this advice like, a year or two and you'll change your life. You can genuinely change your life in a month if you master your mind. Hard work, maybe it'll take a couple years if you just have the same mindset. If you do everything I'm telling you, your life will change. And obviously that's what I'm here for, to inspire to change lives, to realize you are stuck in an illusion, your negative thoughts don't exist, and you need to just conquer and master your thinking patterns, which is basically realizing it's an illusion, realizing we create our own reality, and realizing how much power you have. We're not just some powerless humans. If we can create our own reality, dude, we can manipulate the whole world. And manipulation's not a bad word. Literally, it's not. Manipulation is a neutral word. It can mean good or bad. You can manipulate people into doing good. You can manipulate people into doing bad. That's not a bad word. We can manipulate the world at our fingertips. All you have to do is ask for the life that you want to live, and you get it. But you have to command it. You have to take what is already yours, because if it's inside of your head, you would take what's yours. If it's a girl, for example, and you met her and you fell in love with her, you're going to take her in a way like you're going to do whatever you can to get her. And obviously don't chase this life. Don't chase girls. Don't chase this life. Don't chase money. Let it come to you. But you're still going to do everything in your power to position yourself to where it does come to you, right? That's exactly how the world works. And when you realize that's how it works, that's when you get anything that you've ever wanted out of life. I'm going to turn this video off now, but I like to just come in here and talk and just tell you all the best advice possible to absolutely conquer your mind and get what you want out of life, because it's close. It's right here.